I was down right on my dick and I ain't had no one to call. I ain't talking about no pee, bitch, all I had was my dog. And I ain't had shit and they wasn't picking on my rap. I'm working, fucking, I'm trapping, but either way, bitch, I'm a ball. I ain't had nobody on my side, bitch, all I had was my dog. And once we make it to the top, it ain't no way that we gon' fall down. My dog, that little nigga slime. My dog, I know he rhyme. Bitch, you really with that shit, don't need no high. I got them sick as fuck, cause they can't fuck with me. I told my dog that we the sickest, killing shit all in our breed. Bitch, you could go either way, but you know I'm thugging till I leave. You know it's bully over bullshit, that money all I need. I call up bank, don't need no statements, real niggas know what I mean. The money and that burner on me, see, hanging on my side, my dog gon' ride. I don't wonder what they love me, they lying to me. But fuck, I'ma go get it in with all my shit.
Oh shit, what it does. It's your favorite neighbor, Big Bank Hank. Big Bank take little bank. Bank first to get that bank statement. You heard we out here, man. It's another day, another dollar. You know what I'm saying? I got a special guest today with me. We doing the tap in. You know what I mean? We're going to have some good conversation. You know what I'm saying? Let's hit that roll call first. Shout out to that Merle team. Y'all go subscribe to that group over there on Facebook. Stay in tune with all your Merle breedings, American Bully breedings. You know what I'm saying? Just be in tune with the culture, man. Shout out to my boy Cracking Kennels for the background work, you know what I'm saying, and my graphics. You know what I mean? Y'all go subscribe to his page. Check him out on IG as well. And shout out to my guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother, and let them know where they can find you.
What's going on, everybody? This is Yayla Kennels. I can be found at Yayla Kennels on Instagram, Yayla Kennels on YouTube, and Travis Lynch on Facebook. What's going on, Bank?
Man, nothing much, you know. Just chopping it up, man. Just trying to get some content up, you know. We was talking back scenes. Go ahead and go live, you know what I'm saying? The chat. Anybody in the chat want to jump up? The StreamYard is in the chat. Let's see. You know what I'm saying? We just conversation. We got some topics. And we just gonna build from there, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man. Shit. Let's well, first, since it's cold, since the weather changing, man, let's go ahead and get out there. What kind of feed you doing, man? And if you increase the food or anything, put any bedding down since the weather's starting to change, or you ain't done it yet?
Yeah, it's actually, you know, it's staying consistently cold. You know what I'm saying? We had a little rain come through a couple of days ago, so you know it's been like hot, cold. So hopefully just stay cold. But yeah, you know, I put my wheat straw down. And, you know, of course, I, you know, increase the feed a little bit, you know, to put that little weight on them. So, but yeah, I mean, it don't get just freezing cold down here. It might get like, maybe like in the mid-20s or something like that. But yeah, that's what I'm doing for the winter, man. Just keeping that wheat straw and, you know what I'm saying, increasing that feed.
Yeah. You know, it's been in like the 30s and shit when we wake up, you know, although it get into the 70s, it get cold at night though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how it be here. The same way.
Yeah. Shit, everybody in the chat, man, y'all go ahead and hit that like button, man, and you know, let's run this up, get this in the algorithm, you know what I'm saying? We trying to get them views up, subscribe to the channel, go over there and subscribe to my man Yayla Kennels. You know what I'm saying? Check him out on IG and everything. We finna get into these topics. Shout out Hunt 'em down Kennels. Hunt down Kennels.
What's going on, Hunt? What's going on, Hunt down? What's going on, bro?
Hell yeah, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. It's a good look. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We finna chop it up, man. Topic for the day, man, brought to me by my man Yayla. He said the dogs in the pedigree, man, they not matching up with the pups. You know what I'm saying? In so many words. Am I right? The dogs in the pedigree ain't matching up how the pups is looking, man. You know
well, not necessarily the pups, but like the parents to the pups.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you could say the pups too, but more so, you know, like the pups. I mean, not the pups, but the parents. You know, like a lot of people, you know, you hear them, they use certain names, like, for instance, like I got Remy Line or that name certain popular dog that's in the pedigree, and you know, the dog don't reflect the dog that's in the pedigree. But you
Yeah,
know, they use, you know, they say that to sell to sell the to promote their litter and get sales or whatever. Mm-hmm.
okay. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so is it so let me ask you, if the parents ain't looking like the dogs, then you know what I'm saying, are they hanging paper somewhere in the pedigree? Is that what that's telling me, or
No, I wouldn't say they hanging papers in the pedigree. What I would say is that the breedings in the pedigree weren't done weren't done correctly. Like they didn't take a let's say Remy line. You don't see, let's say you got Remy in a pig one time. Okay, you don't see any breedings in there where they did like a Remy son to maybe like a Remy daughter, or they might have bred Remy to his niece or something. They didn't. You don't see any line breedings on their dog. So that's what I mean when I say that they didn't do the breedings correct. They might breed Remy to a dog, just one, do one breed with Remy, and then they'll say, oh well, I got Remy line, and they just name all the name a popular dog in the pedigree, but it's just not. If anything, Remy, his color might show up. And I'm just using Remy as an example. His
yeah,
color, the color, that blue fawn color that he got, they might have his color, but they won't look like it. They might have his attitude, but they just won't look like that dog. It's sort of like with the game dogs, for instance. When people breed those dogs, like a Jeep dog, it's like a real tight bred Jeep dog. The dog will come out looking like, look, you can see Jeep in the dog. You can see it. But with these bulls, it's kind of like, it's kind of all over the place. So that's why I just, when I hear people say that, I just, like, let me see, do the dog really just gonna look like Remy? Let me see what the parents look like, so just one of them things, Bank.
yeah, yeah. What's going down,
Mm-hmm.
Ram?
What's happening? How y'all boys doing tonight?
What's going on?
Oh man, cooling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How them puppies over there doing, man?
Shit, I only got one pup and he Gucci. That
Yeah, yeah,
motherfucker big as hell now, man.
Oh,
yeah,
you had a litter, just one in the litter?
No, hell no. I just got one pup.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you
Partner.
talking about
Yeah.
okay, that's right. Yeah, I think he's 4, 5 months old now.
Yeah, he's 6 months old now. That motherfucker, big boy, like 46 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
that nigga eat a whole bag of dog food by himself.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, shit, Ram. I had somebody stopping through the comments talking about pits and shit, man. He said he was mauled by a pit bull, man. How you feel about that? 'Cause he was trying to tell me one of my pits was mixed. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "That's a mixed dog." You know what I'm saying? He was telling me he got mauled by a pit bull that looked like that, man. How you feel about that?
Shit, what was he doing to the dog? Was he one of them old kick the gate ass kids? And then when you kick the gate and it finally open, you get that fucking big ass bite. Or was it a pit bull? A lot of
right,
dogs look like pit bulls. If it was a game bred dog, it's a super low chance that it was one of those because
Oh,
we try to
there
breed
go
away from that.
there go fuck boy in the chat right there. Quay Gay, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah,
I said that too. I said, was it a real pit that had mauled your ass, and what was you
yeah,
doing to get mauled by that motherfucker, right?
yeah. I highly doubt
uh-huh.
it was a real pit bull. Now it might have been like two partners just breeding dogs just to breed them, and they ain't got no standard. That could happen, but them is not real pit bull. Them is pet bulls. There's no rhyme nor reason other than two people want to make puppies for those type of dogs. But I highly doubt it was a pit bull. So a real low chance that it. Now we do get man biters in game dogs, no doubt. But I doubt it was one of those. Because you probably wouldn't have been living to tell if it was. They'd get on your ass like they would a dog.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for jumping in the chat, man, because I like to air out my victims. You know what I'm saying? I like to catch you in the broad daylight. So you up on the scene.
This guy, he come on the chat a lot.
He be
Well, shit,
trolling or
he
something.
started trolling underneath, trying to tell me my pit wasn't a real pit. And I was like, you probably don't know what a real pit looked like. But, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming off of the street breedings and shit. And I always thought I had pits, and I
Right.
didn't. So, what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it
Then he
sound
got
like
to telling me a pit mauled him. So, I questioned whether that was a real pit that mauled him.
yeah, it might not have been for real. It was probably
They
a pit bull mix
called
at
everything
best.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. It probably wasn't. Like you said earlier. I've had pit bulls that would get in your ass and didn't like people, but it's very far. Very rare. Well, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
say rare, but it's not common.
yeah, it's not out of a litter of 10, maybe 2 of them might be like that.
He said he was 18. He said he was 18 months old when he got mauled. He old. He got 18 months old.
Man, you don't even have cognitive memories until you're around 2.5, 3. So you going off what somebody else told you?
Yeah, that's probably what he. Yeah, he probably mom or one of his parents. That probably said, "Oh, you got mauled when you was 18 months old." Well, I'm not
pit
laughing.
bull.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
I'm
doubt it
laughing
was a
because
pit bull.
when you come trolling me, I don't give a damn if you was 18 months. That's bad parenting to leave you by that dog. Then
Yeah, that ain't the dog fault. If it was a real pit bull, whose fault is that? Like, you didn't just walk up to the dog. Your parents supposed to be your first line of defense. So don't come over here with your childhood motherfucking qualms and shit. We ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
Take that up with your pops. He failed you in that instance. I don't even let my kids jump on the bed.
Hell no, I hate when they try to run from the dog. I make them stop. Don't run from a dog. Stop. Approach the dog. You know what I'm saying? It says he owned one. I doubt you own a real pit bull, quiet guy. But then, you know what I'm saying? That ain't what we up here for, to just fuck with you.
Right.
We was up here bullshitting around. I appreciate you coming through, man. I'm just fucking with you, I smoke a lot of weed. I like to clown on people. It's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? Hit that dislike button or hit that like button. I appreciate you coming through.
It all show the same in the algorithm, for real.
I just
It's
appreciate
all
you
gonna
coming
get
through.
marked up the same, like or dislike. That's why I don't even be tripping. Dislike it, I'm still gonna get the YouTube money. That means you had to sit here for at least a few minutes for your like to or dislike to stick. That's money in the bank. So
yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's how that shit work. That's why I be laughing. Like, oh, I'm a dislike. Okay, it still fucking add up on the YouTube check. You feel me?
Yeah.
People engaged in your channel. That's all they looking for is engagement.
But don't you think it's kind of funny, kind of weird when people like subscribe to your channel and turn the bell on just so they can dislike a video?
Yeah, there's motherfuckers like that is sad in life, bro. They ain't got no life. Probably ain't no pussy, slow internet, so they can't watch Pornhub how they want. Life just really sucks. So, I'll be the punching bag. Fuck it, because my life is great, So got to take the good with the bad. You could dislike a video. In real life, it don't hurt my feelings.
I've been listening to you for about a year, man, just talk shit. And you a funny motherfucker, man. You funny as hell, man.
Yeah, y'all be writing jokes and shit for local comedians.
That's what I'm saying.
Shit,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You
really funny.
And you quick. I like that you quick with shit. You know what I'm saying? You come out the top of the head. I be listening to you and shit. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's that wit. That gotta be witty if you're gonna be a shit talker.
Right.
I come from the time where I was a little fat nigga with an afro, so I had to have the jokes. You feel me? In the hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, do you even be trying to clown Ram, or you just be coming at a motherfucker? Like it just be, you know what I'm saying? Like it don't even.
Yeah, I talk to everybody like I was talking to a grown man. You feel me? I ain't gonna fucking pussyfoot around with no grown man. I'm gonna tell you straight up how it is, because that's what I expect. from other adults. Just, I don't fucking need the fluff. I came from the motherfucking straight drop, not the ready rock. You feel me?
Hell yeah, shit. Hey, well, since I got both y'all on here, I know Yayla, you down in the South. Ram, you fuck with the pits, man. How do I train a dog to start getting on them like hogs and coyotes and shit? Because you know, out here in Oklahoma, we full of like bobcats, coyotes. You know what I'm saying? I
Well,
be
hogs, you would have to like start them off on like little piglets and shit like that, and they could even hurt your dog. Like them hogs is a whole different ball game, bro. I ain't even gonna front. I done did it a couple of times and shit. You can get hurt out there fucking around because you be way out in the middle of them woods. Anything go wrong, you way out in the middle of the motherfucking woods. You feel me?
I went. Oh, go ahead. I ain't mean to cut y'all.
Oh, I'll be quick. Just, start them out on piglets first if you can, because, like, we got javelinas out here, and those is, like, small hogs running around, but they still dangerous, too. So usually start them out on something small when they young, too, something that they could get on, because you don't want a dog that's going to try to fight the hog. He going to lose every time. I don't give a fuck. Hog too big, too strong, and he got two fucking big-ass knives in his mouth. I don't give a fuck. So you want a dog that's going to grab the ear, wear him out, maybe the muzzle if he got a hard enough bite, because that's where all the action is on the hog. And just get them started on that, man, and be careful, safety first. Make sure you got the little vest and all that shit for your dog. A lot of people laugh at that shit until they dog get gored, and you got to carry your dog, a mile out of the woods with his guts hanging out. You fuck. That's a wrap on that.
Yeah, I went. I've been one time with hog hunting, and we the dogs couldn't really get to the hog because the hogs was like buried in some briar patches. But the guy, had the rifle on him. He could see him. And it was like a big ass sow, and she had a piglet. So he shot the sow and the piglet. You know what I'm saying? But we couldn't really just. And a lot of people think, I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of people that's not from the South, they think that you can just go in the woods and just hog hunt. And it's not like that. Like a lot of times this land be owned by people, and you have to like lease their land, or you can't just go in the woods.
Get permission.
Get permission to go on their property.
Like, got permission from some landowners to go out there and give it a try.
And
the motherfuckers that shoot you down there, you just go on their yard.
Yeah. I know there was a dog. Now you said something about training them on piglets. There was a dog that I used to own. He was he a pit bull named Rose, but I sold him a couple years ago. But anyway, he's the sire to my female Miss Blackjack. And they just when they put him on hogs, they went straight like he wasn't trained on no, you know what I'm saying, on no piglets. He just went straight. They put him on some big hogs.
Yeah,
he hitting him in the ear, and he actually hit him in the ass end, which is not a smart thing to do. But he was hitting him in the ass end, and they didn't drug him into the river, and he, of course, he turned loose once he get in them deep water. He, you know what I'm saying, he can't hold on.
Yeah,
and he, turned loose.
So
yeah,
if you got somebody like around who know what they doing, then you could jump right to the next level. But
right, and this guy had been.
Go ahead, my bad.
But he had been he hogging. That's what he do. You know what I'm saying? So he was experiencing. He was experiencing doing it. But the actual the dog that my pit bulls are based off of, which is a dog named Whitehead's Big Mud. Well, the guy that produced him, that's what he does. He likes to hog hunt. So of course, when he took Mud out to try him, he wasn't no good candidate. He was too hot. So he wasn't a good candidate for for hogging. So it was out of the question for him. So yeah.
Yeah, you want a pretty even dog too. You don't want one that's gonna try to fight the catch dogs or the bay dogs. Usually the pit bull is the catch dog, so they might have hound mixes, with greyhound or whatever, something that can run long distance and tire a hog down till you can send the fucking catch dog in there. You send your catch dog in there, you don't want them jumping on one of the other dogs. You want them to hit that hog while they got them at bay.
So you talking about like grab like because we got this place like called Atwoods, you know what I'm saying? They sell like little tiny pigs and chickens and shit. I go get like one of them little baby pigs and shit.
No, you would want to get like a real wild hog, you know, something that's gonna at least fight back. So you can little piglets at the that's like getting a lion at the zoo. He domesticated, homie.
Okay, good. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna go get a little piglet and toss it out there and let them get busy. Shit.
Nah, that's some shit big, dude. You don't want to be no big ass nigga, do you?
Hell no. Hell no. I ain't got no cat food over here, man.
No cat food, no spaghetti-o.
Yeah.
You know, but but I've heard people, you know, say that even in the bully world, is speaking of the cat food, you know, some people can feed cat food, have fed cat food, say, you know, it got a lot of protein and shit up in it. You know, they say dogs can eat cat food, but a cat can't eat no dog food. That's what I've always heard about it. But I've never fed cat food.
Hell no. I seen a dog eat cat food and had the shits like a motherfucker. It's a lot of rich oil and shit. Like, they eat the same type of shit, but they digest it differently, you know?
Okay, I got you.
So, yeah, fuck that. I feed athletes anyway, so we eating shit that you're supposed to feed an athlete.
Right.
I watched my mom take some dog food and pour some antifreeze in it and kill off the neighborhood cats.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Because they kept walking on her car. She hated that shit.
Yeah.
You said she put antifreeze on dog food?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the cats come eat it. Yeah. Antifreeze on anything, though. It'll kill the dog. Well, they don't make it as sweet no more for that reason exactly. You know, dogs will be attracted to it, the taste of it and shit at first, but yeah, they don't even make it like that no more.
Yeah. You know, she from the country. She was from Virginia. So
yeah,
they be on that weird shit. Yeah, shit. What's up? We was talking about breeding, Ram. I know it's a little bit different in the bully world, but like we was talking about, I'm pretty sure you see this in the pit world too. It'd be like one big name dog in the pedigree, and people pushing that as that line. You know what I'm saying?
The brand of the dog, like it'll be Mayday in the pedigree one time, way in the back, but they say it's a Mayday dog.
Right.
Man, real dog men don't do that. We laugh at them motherfuckers. It's a chance that you can tap in on that one specific dog, which is, we're gonna use Mayday as an example, way in the back. Out of 100 dogs, you might get 2 that, you know, look like Mayday. He in there once. That don't make it a Mayday dog. You'd have to line breed or inbreed unless you get it directly off of Mayday, and it's a son of Mayday. Then you can say, I got a Mayday dog, but if it's a grandson of Mayday, and if you didn't take 2 dogs like Mayday back to his daughter, or, you know, 2 fucking siblings, half siblings of Mayday or something bred back to each other, or Mayday is 50% of the blood in there, then it's not a Mayday dog.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Same shit in the bully world. We've been seeing a lot of people doing that on the net. You know, we just calling questions, you know, asking. Now, what about any tips on pregnant bitches? You know what I'm saying? Like I seen people discussing that on the YouTube about some bullies and pits, Ram, on your end.
Tips as far as what? Like what to give them?
Yeah, like when you first find out your bitch is pregnant, is there any supplements or when should you get her into her little, you know what I'm saying, the little area where she finna give birth, you know what I'm saying? Little stuff like that.
Well, honestly, how I do it is, if I got a bitch that's worth breeding, like, and you know, her heat cycle will be coming up, like, say, next month, you know, after Christmas, I start putting her on all the vitamins and all that shit now and giving her, you know, food with extra fat in it, stuff with extra calcium, you know, not so much a lot of protein at first, you know, so I'll use motherfucking like cottage cheese and sour cream and shit for the calcium and the fat. They both, you know, got good sources of calcium and fucking fat in each one, but one got more than the other, and that's the main shit I use. I mix in her food and switch her over to puppy food, you know, within that same time frame that I'm getting ready to breed her. I just do all that, you know, so when she do have the pups and when she going to whelping them and feeding them and shit, they don't just take too much out of her, and the pups usually look better when I do it like that. You know, they be more chunky, more healthy, better, stronger bone, all that good old shit that you're looking for. And also pay attention, you know, to the pup development, like at what stages of her being in gestation is the pups being developed, and try to find stuff that'll help influence that shit, like on brain development time. Like you might want to give them some ginkgo biloba, you know, because that's a good shit for human brains.
Okay.
Different shit like that. You try to put it in the pup so the pup can be developed with it, as opposed to it being supplemented in them.
Well, what I do is when I first breed a female, you know, after I do the, you know, the first stick or whatever, I give them wheat germ. I don't know if this really works or not, but I read somewhere that you give them wheat germ oil for like the first 3 weeks. I've been doing this for probably about 3 years. You give them wheat germ oil for the first 3 weeks because it helps with absorption. A lot of times they say the female will absorb the eggs into the uterus. So what I do is I spray wheat germ oil and I just pour it in a spray bottle. And about the first 3 weeks of her, after she been bred, I spray it over the food. And so, and then of course I'm giving vitamins, and now I don't go up on the food when my bitches is pregnant. I don't do that. I've never done it. I always go up on the food after she dropped the puppies. That's the way I've always done. And plus another thing why I really don't like to go up on the food, because you want to watch to see if your bitch took, and you want to make sure that she's putting on stomach from puppies and not putting on stomach from food. So that's why, you know, I like to like I don't increase the food. You know, when I breed my female, I've never done that, and I done produced just about every dog on my yard. I've produced, and you know they all big and shit and look good or whatever. So I've never done that. And then, like I think I was telling BANC, about 2 weeks before my bitch drops, I give her GI symbiotics. It's like good. It gets rid of, it puts good bacteria into her system, and it removes bad bacteria out of her system. So about 2 weeks before she dropped, you know, I'm sprinkling over her food just to get them nipples clean from all any type of bacteria and stuff in the nipple. So that's another thing that I do. I keep that on deck. And then once she dropped the puppies, of course, I'm sprinkling over the food and, you know, giving her some liver or yogurt and maybe like some chicken broth or something like that. So that's what I do when I'm whelping, and before I, you know, but when she's you know, right after she's being bred. That's something I do.
Okay. And Ram, you can answer on the pits and the bullies if you got an input on the bullies, man. How important is the confirmation of a dog? Like, you know what I'm saying? The straight fronts, the straight top line, you know what I'm saying? All that.
Form follows function, bro. I'm big on confirmation as far as the dog look. You can't be too bowled out and expect to be a superior athlete. You can't be you gotta be close to even as possible. Now, there's some that, you know, you might see short, squatty dogs that do good in the arenas. You know, that's neither here nor there, but that's the exception and not the rule. You know, my type of dog is like the dog that's in my fucking picture right now. You know, he had damn near perfect confirmation. He was just a little bit slightly undershot. Like his teeth still came together, but the bottom was in front of the front. You know, but again, you get as close to it as possible. So yeah, it's important too. Form follows function. You can't have bad hocks, be cow hawk, none of that, and expect to perform at a high level consistently. You know, some dogs have done it, but more dogs who look like champion old dog do it than not. You feel me?
Yep. I agree.
Okay. You know, what about in the bullies? Yeah, Yayla, I see a lot of people. Dogs don't necessarily be the best funk, you know, like confirmation wise, but they still be asking high dollar on these prices. And it kind of ties back into the first question, you know what I'm saying, about using the dogs in the pedigree. How you feel about that?
Well, I'm gonna say this, man. A lot of people, man, just be selling with these bullies. I'm gonna be honest with you. They be selling front shots. You know what I'm saying? They gonna stack the dog up and he gonna look good in the front. But ask them, hey, most people ain't gonna put up no side shot. Let me see that side shot of that dog. You know what I'm saying? So that's what a lot of people just did. You know, they look good from the front, but they won't put up no side shot of their dog. You know, they be afraid to do that shit, to put up that side shot. So and as far as like we were talking about the dogs in the ped, I mean, you know, people just they gonna ask what they gonna ask because of what's in the pedigree. You know, but the dogs are not reflecting. Like I know one dude on Facebook, he go around and he buy a lot of these big name dogs off of big name dogs. I'm like, well, man, you bought a dog off of him, but your dog don't look like the dog that's, and this dog was a big name dog, and his dog was right off of this dog. It wasn't like nothing in the ped way back in the pedigree. He was right off of this dog, and I'm like, man, your dog don't look like that dog. He got the same color, but he don't look like him. You know, so some people just buy names and of hype. It's just a lot of hype in the bully world. They buy hype and that's what they try to use that to sell. Oh, I got this blood, I got that blood, man, I want something that look, man, sell me something that look like what you saying it is. Don't sell me no paper. Because essentially that's all they doing is just selling pedigrees instead of actually selling you what the dogs that they naming in the pedigree should look like. You know, they don't look like that. They just got the dog in the ped. The ped look nice.
Now that's one thing I think should be standard in the bully world. If you're gonna go specifically off of how stuff look, it should look like the dog that's made that look.
Yep, I agree.
Hey Ram, you outside looking in, right? You love the pits, you know what I'm saying? Pit first, you know what I mean? And then so outside looking in on the bullies, you know what I mean? Like kind of describe, you know what I mean, if you can, what you think a bully should look like. Go ahead. Hey Yayla, did you hear me?
Yeah, I think you was asking Ram.
Yeah. I was at he might have stepped away. What's your ideal bully and what should it look like, Yayla?
An ideal bully should look like my dog, Tango.
Yeah.
I would be straight up with you. I can't cap. They should look like my dog, mine. I can't put it no other way.
Now when it comes to like, okay, I kind of know your style. You talking about the muscled up and shit. Now, is there a way that you can, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, you know, you'll look at a dog somebody might have and you be like, man, if I had that dog, I might better put a little bit more muscle on there and shit. You know what I'm saying? Is that true or is that just people the way they think? You know what I'm saying?
Put a little bit more. Well, speaking from, I can only tell you about, I know what I hear people say, but just speaking from what I do, the most I can do with my dogs is, of course, you can work the muscles to keep the muscles defined. As far as add muscle, people always ask me that. That's the first thing they say. What you feed them? That's the first question they ask. What you feed them? What you feed them? Man, I could feed these dogs apple and they'll look like this. It's all about genetics. It's just a gene. And it's a gene, it's a trait that I locked into my dogs. So, I mean, I think some people say like these supplements like Bully Max and just different stuff, you know. I've never used them, but from what I've heard, people say if you do use them, you're going to have to work the dog when you're using the product. But I've never used. I mean, I've never used supplement. That's just the honest to God truth. You can work them. I mean, you can work the dogs, like I said, and just define the muscle and but nah, I don't think you can work them and make the muscles be bigger. You can just work them and keep the muscles toned and looking nice and where you can see the striations in the dog.
Yeah, yeah, because you see some people have a dog, right? And they probably don't do no type of walking with it, rope exercises or nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? Have it chasing the flirt pole or nothing, and it may not be as definition. You know what I'm saying? But like you be like, if I get hold of that dog, I'll cut him up. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily change his size, but you know what I'm saying? Like you said, just add more muscle definition. Do you feel like you could do that? Like you feel like you could do that? Like say,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Yeah, like say, you know what I'm saying, you seen the dog, you be like, yeah, I could, you know what I'm saying? I be feeling like
Yeah.
that too, you know what I'm saying? Like I know I've done the vitamin thing, like giving them a vitamin as a puppy all the way up and versus not giving them a vitamin and doing the same stuff. And it seemed like when I gave them the vitamin, they had more muscle definition, like, you know what I'm saying? They had like more abs and shit, shit like that. So
Well, that's something I'm gonna try then. I'm gonna see that really what does it help? I always believe in just dog food and genetics and a good working out. So, but I mean, I'm gonna have to see if what you're saying, I'm gonna have to try it and see if it works.
yeah, well, how you coming off the street breedings or something. You get you a nice fresh puppy. You start giving them a vitamin. You be hooking them up to hooking the chain up to them, making them drag the tire and shit while you out there playing. Just doing little shit like that. I've noticed. You know what I'm saying? Like my dogs be more jacked and ripped up. And you know what I'm saying? And it couldn't just been all like genetics. You know what I'm saying? Because I done got some good dogs. So you know what I mean? Like it just. I don't know. It could be a myth, you know what I'm saying? It could just be, you know what I'm saying? But I just found it from.
Well, it's not a myth it's not a myth if it's worked for you, and you say that's what what you did, and you saw results, then that's what it is,
Yeah, but you know how it is. Like you may not have started off giving that dog no vitamins and doing shit, and it still could have probably turned out that same way. You know what I'm saying? But when you be on it a certain way, you know what I'm saying? Like you used to your dogs look. But I've had multiple dogs doing that too, vitamins and working them pretty good and making them drag shit and you know what I'm saying, hanging them from the rope for 30 minutes, shit like that, and they've been always come out swole. Like all my dogs always got good muscle definition and shit. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had a dog that doesn't show muscle yet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Even my little ones, even my little small ones, I can get them out there and get to playing with them, and they got muscles on them and shit too. So I don't know, little shit. You know what I'm saying? Just it's the little things I think with these dogs, rather than trying to keep up with the fads and everybody else doing things and posting videos. You get caught up trying to do the same stuff, but if you just resort back to the shit that you used to do, the shit really worked. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What's going down 504, man? Shit, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat, man. You could jump up. We just on here bullshitting around.
What's up, 504? What's going on?
Let's see how I do this. Shit, what's another topic, Yayla? Throw one out there.
What about what bloods that click together?
Oh yeah. Bloods that click. Bloods that click in the American Bully. You know what I'm saying? Which ones have you clicked well with, and which ones have you heard or seen productions off of that click good? You know what I'm saying?
The ones that I heard of course, the Edge and the Gotti. When you bred them, you got some, because like I said, Edge wasn't really known for muscle tone. Edge just had the real clean, nice, well put together dog. But when you bred both of them together, it's like you got the muscle tone, then you got the correctness from the Edge side, and it was like you just had the best of both worlds when you cross that Gotti line stuff with the Edge stuff. So that's something that I've seen that definitely clicked.
Yeah, I noticed that people putting that Gotti to that edge and then it throw them little swole monsters with them big heads. Like you were
Yeah.
saying, they're saying Razor's Edge, they don't hold the muscle definition in their dogs, huh? Is it?
No.
So the muscle definition got to come from the Gotti line. So you see some Razor's Edge with some good muscle definition. Then does that mean somewhere in the line they probably got Gotti?
I can answer that question, and I can speak about me, and I can tell you I don't have Gotti and my dog. See, that's why my dog is so so unique and different from everybody else because I don't have the Gotti line blood in my dogs, but I still have the muscle definition like the Gotti stuff. But I get my trait. The trait came from the game blood, the American Pit Bull Terrier blood that was in one of my dogs, and a female I had. She was, like I said, I think I told you that she was 3/4 edge and a quarter game and real shredded up little dog. And that trait kind of just got passed, it was passing along. She passed to her daughter, and her daughter passed it to Poncho. Then Poncho passed the Playgirl. Playgirl passed the Tango. So that trait coming from a female, so it's in there. And I didn't get the trait from the Gotti line.
Okay.
I've never had the Gotti line stuff.
Okay. Let me throw a dog up here. And let's
Okay.
let me change the let me see.
It's Dex, ain't it?
Yeah. Right now, how you feel about Dax, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? I hear a lot of things going about Dax, you know what I'm saying? And
I mean, Dex himself, I like the dog. I like him, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like a show breeder. He had flaws and shit, but I liked him. I like the dog. I'm not even gonna lie, but I hear about the health problems that he throw. I don't, that's what I hear a lot of people talk about. He throw health problems and stuff, but I mean, he muscled up. Of course he that Gotti stuff, so he gonna have that.
Now I seen he got the Gotti. Which one is it? He the Gotti with the Y.
Gotti with the GOTTY. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, Gotti with the Y.
You see a lot of this Dax blood headed into the exotic lane and everything. Sons of Dax and shit going off into the exotic lane. Do you consider what class do you consider Dax?
Dax would be a pocket American bully. He would be a pocket. I wouldn't say he would. I wouldn't call him an exotic. I wouldn't call him an exotic because you got to understand some exotic people, man, they want it. See, that's why the name is so bad. That's why they really want. It's like a bad stigma to the word exotic because, man, they wanted to breed flaws. Like they wanted to breed dogs that couldn't move and was fucked up. They intentionally, in the beginning, you hear all this clean exotic stuff now and functional. Man, they were intentionally trying to fuck up dogs. They wanted high booties and real bold out, just super, just freakish. That's what they wanted. So I wouldn't call him an exotic. I would call him here. I would say Dax is a pocket American bully.
Okay. And then,
but he wouldn't be my typical. You know what I'm saying? His face. I wish his face was a little different, but But other than that, though. Yeah, I would call him a pocket American bully.
Okay. Because back then I think it was still bullies that was looking kind of similar to that one, Cairo and shit, right? And
yeah, that's Cairo. Yeah, that's Remy. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? During the time of Dax, you know what I'm saying? So how do you feel about the emergence of Dax? Like, say you was breeding back then, right? And you breeding regular American bullies, and then you know what I'm saying? This right here pop up. You know what I'm saying? What would have been your thoughts? You know what I'm saying? What would have been like, how would you have felt about that? Would you have, you know what I mean?
Well, my thoughts would have been, I mean, he a cool looking dog. If I were to get something off Dex and I didn't know about the let's say the health stuff, the health problem that he supposedly throws, which I don't, you know, what people say. I would get Dex and I would cross Dex into I would cross him into my stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
I would. Yeah, I would. Just looking at this dog, I would have did that, but I wouldn't have just gotten rid of. But I'm gonna tell you what a lot of people did, man. When that Miyagi shit hit, man, and that Dax, they started doing that Dax and Miyagi, man, people were getting rid of American bullies like crazy. I'm talking about selling them for like $400. I know somebody had bought a Paco grandson for like $400 from somebody in Georgia. He bought a Paco grandson for $400 because everybody was chasing that little old Miyagi, that little, you know what I'm saying, that little small. That's what everybody was chasing. They was getting, I mean, people just giving $8, just, you know, like, which to me, I think is like, and I'm gonna just say, I think it's kind of selfish in a way. You know, you just something new. This dog been with you all this time and bonded with you and love you, and then you just get rid of him just because something else new. Then jumped on the scene. You just get rid of it, and a lot of people did that, man. A lot of people did that.
So Dax was the changing point. Dax was the changing.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, yep. I might have to say he was a changing point. Yeah. And then he got a little bit more, he got more bulldoggish, you know, as the years went on. The skin got looser and the jaws got bigger, I mean longer, and yeah, the skin wasn't as tight. Yeah, I think it got worse as time went on. So as time is going on.
Yeah, because, you know, there's probably a lot of old school bully cats, you know what I'm saying, that probably seen the emergence of Dax and probably felt some type of way. But then I hear a lot of stories about a lot of them, they converted when Dax came. Like they try to fight it and then they converted. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Would you have converted your program if you was up in and switched it towards the Dax shit, or would you stay in the direction you was
I stayed in the direction where I was at. I didn't try to switch up and get rid of my I didn't do that. I didn't switch up. Even I'm gonna be honest with you. Even back then, it was certain edge dogs I didn't like. Like I wasn't a fan of Paco. He was just too fat. He didn't have no muscle. I just wasn't a fan of him. You know, now Suarez had some dogs that I liked. What's that? Victorious. Real, you know, lots of muscle tone. But I wasn't a fan of Paco. Paco was around, you know, before Dax hit. So even that, I didn't switch and try to go chase and get that. But as far as Dax, yeah, a lot of people did change. You know what I'm saying, they changed their whole yard up. Some of them breed. They say they OGs and stuff, and they breed straight exotic.
Now, back then, you know what I'm saying, I didn't hear of the term exotic, but I did hear of like extreme. You know what I'm saying? Was the extreme the birth of the exotic? Like, you know what I'm saying, people chasing that extreme look and then it eventually became exotic, or is those two different dogs? Am I thinking of? I'm
gonna say it's different. I think exotic came around with Miyagi. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. That's where exotic came
extreme around. What's the extreme bully? I hear people saying extreme bullies and shit too.
Like a dog that's got just extreme features.
Okay.
He got flaws. He got extreme features. He got flaws. You know, more like gonna have flaws, and they made ABKC made a class for them too. But yeah, that's what extreme is. Just extreme features.
Okay, yeah.
Too super wide, yeah.
Yeah. I be seeing kind of look like they got a lot of the English bulldog in them to get them like they real big old heads and shit.
Yeah, yeah, they do that. Yeah, put that
Okay,
in there.
yeah, shit. The bully game, man. How you feel about it as a whole? You know what I'm saying? Because I see a lot of different moves being made. I see a lot of people pushing different lines. I see a lot of good shit going on too, though. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of dope shit, murals and everything happening. You know what I'm saying? What's the thoughts on the bully as a whole right now? Like, and where do you think it would be in 5 years? Like, what's the
My,
dog that's
my,
going to be leading the next 5 years? Name the dog that you think is going to lead the next 5 year charge.
shots fired.
Uh, shots fired.
Mm-hmm. He's still doing his thing over there in the ABKC. You know what I'm saying right now. You know what I'm saying. Joel owning. Yeah, that's what I think. But you know, we live in a time of likes and popularity, and so that's the dog I would like to see in the future. The bully push forward because he still, you know, I remember earlier this year he was at a show in Florida. They called him a pit bull. They was calling shots fired a pit bull. You know, because he still kind of got that terrier face. You know, not a, you know, he ain't all smushed in and wrinkly and shit. You know, they call that boy a pit bull.
Okay, so shots fired. You feel it need to be leading the charge for the next 5.
Yeah, and what was the other part? What was the other part of the question you
How,
asked? You said
how you feel about the American bully as a
as
whole?
a whole,
Yeah,
man, all over the place, man. All over the place. That's all I can say. Ain't no rules, no guidance, no laws. Motherfuckers like renegades, man. Just do what the fuck they want to do. They do what they want to do, you know. So I mean, it's a breed that I keep saying a breed. It's because I know I said it wasn't a breed, but it's a dog that I love and I dedicated many years to. But I don't see it's gonna have to be a group of people that's gonna have to stick to. And then like you hear that vision talk. You know, a lot of people say they vision. You can't have so many. It should be like a group of people should have the same vision, and they should all stick to that vision and continue to breed and make consistent dogs that looking. It just keep changing, you know. But it should be a group of people that should say, "This is what we gonna do. We gonna mess with these bloods right here, and this is what we gonna breed for. This is the look that we shooting for."
yeah,
Until we get some consistency and some respect. You know, it don't have no respect. You know what I'm saying? The breed. See, I keep saying breed. The dogs don't have no respect, you know. Yeah, the bully gang confused the hell out of me as a breed. They not creating an exotic class for because you breeding some Rottweilers with dwarfism. They not creating an exotic class. What's it? Well, I forgot the name. Well, I think what they gonna do is, I think the ABKC probably gonna end up merging with them. Like we were talking before, they gonna end up, you know what I'm saying, merging with the exotic dog. I promise you, they gonna start doing it.
yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying. I think it's you know what I'm saying. And the American bully it became a big business. You know what I'm saying? It's big business. So the exotics then kind of made
Yeah.
that push in a lane. You know, it's enough people out here that fuck with them exotics. So shit, you gotta bring it in. If not, you just gonna let the other registries collect the money. You know what I'm saying? So I would say they probably gonna have an exotic class soon.
They might. I don't think so. Bank. I don't think they're gonna have. I think they're gonna mesh them together. They're gonna call them American bullies. That's what I think. As far
Okay.
as in the ABKC.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, I don't and didn't that fight happen at the ABKC? Wasn't it like a fun show?
It was a fun show with the exotic. Yeah,
Yeah.
they let them do fun shows right now. Yep, it was a fun show with the exotic. Yeah, where the fight happened.
I said a Rockwaller looks like a Rockwaller, and American Bully can look like 6 or 7 other breeds.
Right, right, right. Exactly.
What's that? AJ, Mal, Pretty Odd,
Hey,
Pretty Odd Pits, Tonio Malvo. I think, man, I hope I ain't butcher your name. You know what I'm saying?
He right. He right though. He right, Bank. He right. It just looked too different. And then I seen people tag uh exotic as American bullies. I've seen them say I got an exotic American bully. They've said that before.
Yeah, I hear that. You know what I'm saying? Exotic American Bully. Sometimes you look at the dog, they don't even say exotic. You just kind of got to pick up on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's only a matter of time. I think they're gonna make it a class and separate. Because you know, if you just call it American Bully, then you saying you allowing some of them dogs that can't walk be bred into the other classes. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're gonna have their own class for them.
Well, the time you mean as far as over in the ABKC?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because you know what I'm saying, they gotta try to shit. How do you feel? I be seeing a lot of things going on about the DNA testing. How do you feel about DNA testing?
I mean, I'm not big on it. I mean, I did DNA profile Tango. You know, that's something that I did do through UKC. You know, got the whole analysis sheet or whatever. So I mean, I heard people talk about DNA testing. So
Yeah, you
it
see,
just,
you see a lot of it going on now. Like people saying, like the DNA test. You know what I'm saying? And like, is that for the dogs? You know what I'm saying? Like what to see like if they in the standard or you know what I'm saying, or just to see what you got in your dog.
I would probably say to see what's in the dogs. Yep, to
Yeah.
see what's in the dogs.
Okay.
And you know, a lot of people don't want you to know what's in their dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want you to know. Yeah, they don't want you to give up their DNA. They don't want to give up their recipe. It's like, for instance, people trying to figure out, like when Miyagi hit, they were trying to figure out how he made this dog. How he made this dog. You know, he put Frenchie in there. He bred Frenchie. You know, that's what the people were thinking. The motherfuckers started buying Frenchies and breeding Frenchies to American bullies, trying to make a Miyagi.
Yeah.
You
You
know?
can kind of tell too, like, cause they nose be, you know what I'm saying, like real short, and the ears be straight up and shit like a Frenchie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
No
saying?
tail. Yep. No tail. Yep.
Hell yeah. Yes, I mean, I don't get the point of the DNA test in the American Bully because, you know what I mean, you already know it's other dogs crossed in, so what's the DNA test telling you? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Just more money.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. I agree.
Hell yeah, shit, man. It's been a good one, man. I appreciate you coming through, fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, Welcome Down Ram. Big stepping for coming through, man. Blessing us with some time. Let them know where they can find you at, bro.
Man, I can be reached on Facebook, under Travis Lynch, Instagram, Yayla Kennels, YouTube, Yayla Kennels. I'm saying they can hit me up.
Okay, shout out to the Merle team, man. Y'all go subscribe to that group over there on Facebook. Stay in tune with all your Merle breedings and up-and-coming American Bully breedings. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Cracking Kennels for supplying my graphic work. You know what I mean? Y'all check out the IG, be in tune with what's going on, man. We out. Stay on the line, bro.
All right, man.